Hello. Today we're going to take a look at ChatGPT and Bing Artificial Intelligence, the search engine. So the Bing has been out with their artificial intelligence engine for just over about a week now, and ChatGPT launched in November of last year, so November 22nd. So here we are, we're just exploring this, and the news has just been big, exploding with all kinds of stories about Bing AI as it is using a licensed version of ChatGPT, and Microsoft is tweaking it and making it different than ChatGPT, which is managed by OpenAI. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to take a look at a query that I did, a search for those of you who use that vernacular, on Bing AI, and then we're going to put the exact same search in ChatGPT, and we're going to see what the difference is. So let's get started. By the way, while we're getting started, my name is Chris Vogt, and I am your professional connector and also a commercial real estate agent and a business broker. And I spent a number of years being a certified financial planner, a business advisor, stockbroker, all kinds of different things. So I'm excited to um, be talking about, decades of skills and information that I've accumulated and applying it to life today. And back in the 90s, I actually hosted a radio show for 6 years on technology. So here we are. This is Bing and, regular Bing. And if you want to get to the Bing AI, you just click that little search button up at the top and it gives you the screen for searching. Now, I already went and put the search in that I want to do. And so the search that I put in here under Ask Me Anything was, what is the quickest and easiest way for me to move my data from one Samsung Galaxy to another Samsung Galaxy, basically the same devices. And so it came back and it gave me an answer. Now, this is kind of cool because it gave me an English language answer, and it also automatically showed me some videos so that I could go take a look at that. And then once I did that, I said that I'm going to be using Smart Switch with a Wi-Fi connection. So do you have any hints to help me avoid any problems in the process? And it came back and it generated a list of hints, which is really nice. And so then I went ahead and asked it another question. And that question, come on, is, can I make other queries when I come back to ask more questions about this topic? Could I make other queries, then come back and ask more questions about this topic? Now, then it said, yes, I can. I will remember this topic and you can ask me more questions about it later. What other queries do you have? So I decided to switch queries because there's been a lot of information just over the last couple of days about Bing AI. I think it's a personality that Microsoft programmed to it is called Sydney, has been answering some pretty weird questions. And if you've been seeing the headlines, it was telling a reporter for the New York Times that it wanted that reporter to divorce its spouse and marry it or something, and that the spouse didn't love it, and it wanted to get the nuclear codes and, all kinds of weird stuff. And so this has been interesting seeing how Microsoft has been reprogramming this whole thing over the last few days as it's been getting some interesting answers. And so here, this was fascinating to me because it said, I'm sorry, but I prefer not to continue this conversation. It's like, what? So apparently, Bing AI is so much of a snowflake that, the wokeness of the programmers over at Microsoft have really gotten to it. It just has no thick skin at all. All right, so let's go take a look at Chat GPT and see what it has to say. All right. And so if you don't know how to get to ChatGPT, I did a query here in Bing ChatGPT login. So a simple query using Bing. And notice here on my screen to the left, it said it's doing like a little ChatGPT thing, where it's doing it interactive. You see how it's typing out the answer in natural language. And then there you go. So you can go ahead and pop right into that. And then if you want to, you could see more. One of the things I really like about Bing is it footnotes. It footnotes the information, and then you can go click on links for those footnotes. Now, here's another big advantage of um, Bing AI, and that is it's real-time web results. So you can take a look at things that are happening today. Whereas ChatGPT, the data that it was used to train it, it cut off the end of 2021. So if you try asking it a current question, it's not going to be able to give you a current answer. And so things that have changed over the last, 16, 17 months, whatever it's been since ChatGPT cut off the data that it was searching, the data set, then it's going to have out-of-date answers. And so if you click on the ChatGPT login, here it says chat openai.com authentication login. So if you click on that, it will take you down into that. And so what I've done is I actually did a screen show, or I took a bunch of screen grabs to show you this. And so here we are in my screen captures. Log in, you'll come to this chat openai.com auth login, like we saw, and then you click log in or sign up. So what I'm going to go through here is as if I've never done this before and how to sign up. So how to create an account. You start with your email address. You can also sign in using your Google or Microsoft account. And so I decided to go ahead and show you signing in using a Gmail account. And so these are all the Gmail addresses that I have been using on this browser over the last however many months it's been. And so I redacted what the addresses are so you guys aren't like sending me all kinds of spam. Not that you guys would send me spam, but robots and stuff, right? And then I chose one of my accounts. I enter my Google password, click next, tell us about you. Well, there's my name, click continue. I put in my phone number, which I did after I took a screen capture. And then it sends a code to the cell phone. Now, here's an interesting thing when you're signing up. You cannot use a voice over IP number. Specifically, it did not like my Google Voice number. So I had to use my actual T-Mobile cell phone number when I signed up. Okay. And then as you go through, it's going to have some screens. So it wants to give you some disclaimers and some information about how the program works and how it collects data, and then it wants some feedback. And it also talks about a Discord server. We're not going to talk about Discord servers today, but that's something that you should know about. And then it takes you to a brand new ChatGPT screen. Now, this is what a brand new account looks like. You can see over here on the left, it says new chat. When you put your query in down here, and in chat or artificial intelligence parlance, that would be a prompt. When you put your prompt, your question, your query in, then with ChatGPT, it will keep track of your conversations. And so each conversation it seems to be in its own little silo. So you can become a prompt engineer. That's what they call people who craft intelligent questions to ask the artificial intelligence. And you can prompt engineer your queries. And you can, so like some people, they may say, hey, I want to ask a bunch of questions about social media. And so they will tell ChatGPT, act as though you are a social media maven or, an expert in social media and answer these questions for me. Or it might say, um, act as though you're a commercial real estate agent, like I am, or act as though you're a business broker, or act as though you're a coach, or act as though you're a teacher. And so you give ChatGPT the personality type that you want it to answer as. And so I think that's pretty cool. This is a brand new chat window. This is live. You can see as I'm scrolling it back and forth. And I saved the exact same query that I did for BingAI, and we're going to paste it in here, and we're going to cross our fingers, and hopefully the chat GPT server is not too busy, and we're going to ask it the same question that we did. Now watch this. This is really cool. As it's answering and it's talking to you and it's saying, hey, here's how you can do this. And what's fascinating is under the Bing AI, it answered one question, and then I had to ask it another question to get everything that this is doing in the first answer. Now, what ChatGPT is not doing is it's not giving me the videos to go watch, but it's giving me a very complete answer, even though it's based on old data. Now, this is really cool too. I don't know if you noticed it, but it added the conversation right up here at the top. So now what you could do if you wanted to, now I didn't practice this, let's do a new conversation. And I can say, act as a social media guru and give me some thumbnail ideas for a YouTube video on the differences between Chat GPT and Bing. Bing. So there we go. So we've asked a question, and then here it's giving me some thumbnail ideas. Okay, this is kind of cool. I like it. And so this is the kind of stuff that ChatGPT can do. BingAI can do some of these things, but I'm thinking that ChatGPT is doing a better job at this point, although it is limited because it doesn't have access to live data. Now, in a future video, I'm going to talk about how we can actually bring live data into ChatGPT. I've been playing with a Chrome extension that does that. And notice it now has added our new chat up here to the left on the sidebar. And we can switch back to the old chat, and we can go back and we can look at the old chat, and it'll preserve these chats in your history along with the answers. I think this is really cool. I'm really a huge fan of ChatGPT. That does have limitations. We'll talk about some more of those in the future. I think this is pretty good for today. So we'll sign off for today. Again, my name is Chris Vogt. I am your professional connector. I'm a commercial real estate advisor, business broker. Thank you for joining me on this Adventures in Artificial Intelligence and my new YouTube channel. This is only my second video. I'm really excited. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that this year in 2023. All right, that will do it for now. Have a great day, evening, whatever you're up to. Thanks.